well. It is Sunday afternoon here in Ottawa. It would be amazing if you can tell me if you're joining us live or if you are watching the replay. I am on a couple of different platforms. I have different screens in front of my face now, but wherever you're joining me from, thanks for stopping. We're talking about reinventing your career. This is day 3 out of a 30-day series that I'm doing to be able to support you in making a career change by the end of the year. And I'm taking you through the 5-step career breakthrough blueprint that I teach my clients and use as a framework to support my clients to make career changes in our career breakthrough coaching program. So, in terms of what we're talking about today specifically, we are talking about your career accomplishments and why it's so important for you to be able to leverage your story to be able to make a career transition. And even just throughout your career, it's really important that you understand what your story is, that you're able to articulate it properly, you're able to demonstrate your value. And so today I'm going to walk you through that and also share with you a framework, one of many frameworks that can help you to be able to uncover your career story. So starting off here, for those who don't know me, I am Lisa Apia. I am a certified career strategist and an executive coach. I have helped over 400 professionals to make career changes, land promotions, and get new roles. And I do this through my company, which is We Apply Canada. I'm based in Canada, but I serve clients all across the globe. Most of my clients are actually American, interestingly enough. So I provide services related to career coaching, related to leadership development. So we have a specific coaching program called the Introvert Leadership Method that helps introverts to be able to land their first leadership role. We work on relationship building, public speaking. We support introverts to be able to build a brand that helps them attract opportunities instead of chasing them. And then I do some corporate work as well. So I do corporate workshops, personal branding training, and LinkedIn training, as well as strength-based leadership training for leaders in the corporate setting. So that's a bit about me. If we have not met, if you want to introduce yourself in the chat as well, please go ahead. Let me know where you're joining from and your name. Let me know why you decided to stop by. And I am looking at the chat for the replay as well. So go ahead and drop a comment. I'll be glad to respond, even if you're catching the replay. So why career accomplishments help you? There's 3 main reasons why career accomplishments can help you. Hi, Yoshi. I see Yoshi on TikTok from Calgary, Alberta. Thanks for joining the live today. It's great to have you here. So why career accomplishments help you? They reveal your unique value. Your career accomplishments are how you are able to apply your skills in real life situations. When you have a good understanding of your skills, of your strengths, you are able to apply them to various work situations. For example, you're in an interview and they're asking you, tell us about a time you did XYZ. The reason they're asking you a question like that is because they want to get an understanding of what have you been able to do in the past, and that's an indicator of what you'll be able to deliver in their company. So by you knowing yourself, what are the strengths that I have, what are the skills that I bring to the table, how have I been able to do this in the past, and being able to articulate that helps you not just in interviews, that was just one example, but it helps you throughout your career. Whether you're at a networking event, it helps you to be able to write your resume, it helps you in so many ways. The second way that career accomplishments will help you is that it helps boost your confidence. Even just going through some of the wins that you've had. And I have this moment so many times with a lot of my clients where they actually take the time to reflect on what they've been able to achieve in the past. And they have this moment where they're like, oh my gosh, I've done so much. I've been undervaluing myself. Because a lot of times you're just doing your job. You're going through the day to day. You're not really thinking, okay, this is the impact of the work that I did. This is the result of the work that I did. It helped my company make this amount of money. It helped my company save this amount of time. It's rare that I find professionals who actually do that consistently, which is a practice that I want to encourage you to do, to document your wins regularly. But it's a huge confidence boost when you're able to take a pause and write down what you've been able to accomplish. You're reflecting on your wins and reminding yourself that you've done great things before and that you can do them again. The third reason that your career accomplishments are really important is that they help you with your branding assets. They become your branding assets. These are the stories that you're sharing on your resume, in interviews, in your LinkedIn profile, for salary negotiations. Like, this is the foundation of ultimately helping you to be able to move up and progress in your career. So you definitely want to keep track of your career accomplishments. So I'm going to take you through a bit of a framework here to help you understand how can you uncover your career accomplishments. So this is the STAR plus I method. So many of you, I hope, are familiar with the STAR method in terms of responding to interview questions. That's typically the context that people teach the STAR method, but you can use it for so much more. So I'm teaching you the same STAR method, but with a bit of a twist. So STAR plus I. So if you're somebody who's like, I'm stuck, I really don't know what I've accomplished in the past, I'm not sure how to be able to communicate what I've been able to achieve in my career, this is a good start to help you to be able to think about the accomplishments that you've had in the past and also how to leverage them. So S in STAR is for situation. So what was the context? What was the challenge? So I want you to think firstly of a role. Let's say you're thinking of your current job or a past job, and you're thinking of a specific situation that happened within that job. So from there, you have a context and you're trying to understand, okay, what was the situation I was in? And then you get into tasks. So what were the responsibilities that you had at that time? What were you responsible for? A lot of times, this is where people stop. They do situation and they do task, and that's what they put on their resume, or that's the end of their story as they're responding to the interview questions. But we need more, because you can't just, and if you have responsible for on your resume, if you have that wording, we need to remove that. Your resume is meant to get into your career accomplishments, as I'm teaching you today. And in a follow-up session, I'm here with you 30 days. So in a follow-up session, I'll have a specific session where I'm going to go deeper into resumes. But when you're looking at your resume specifically, we don't want your resume to be task-based. Your resume should be accomplishment-based, because that demonstrates value, that demonstrates impact. So we talked about situation, then task, and then action. So what were the specific steps that you did? What were the specific actions that you took in order to address the task at hand? So what specifically did you do? Not we as a collective on your team. What specifically did you do that supported the work that your team was doing? And then what was the result? What was the result of the situation that you were in, the task you were able to be responsible for, the action you took? What was the result? Did it help your company save money, let's say? If that's the case, that was the result, that was the outcome. And then essentially, when it comes to the result, wherever you can quantify it so you are able to demonstrate impact. So impact is the bit of a twist that I mentioned to the STAR method, because here we're talking about what was the lasting difference that it made for your client, your organization, your company. It moves beyond you just saying that, okay, I helped my company save $20,000. That $20,000, how did it align with the overall company goals? How did it help the company to be able to advance on a specific mandate that it had? So you're really focusing on explaining how your specific actions resulted in helping the company achieve a specific goal and fulfill a specific mandate. So this is how you want to think of your career accomplishments. When you're looking back, when you're reflecting on your career and you're getting ready to make a career transition, you want to be able to say that, okay, these are the things that I've been able to do in the past. This is how I've been able to help my company in the past. And as we're continuing the conversation on this, we're going to get to the point where we're going to take those stories that you have and demonstrate to this new company or this new industry that you're trying to get into how those results translate in supporting them do the same or even better. So that's the star plus I method that you can use. If you're going through your resume and you're trying to think, okay, how do I start thinking of results? How do I start thinking of impact? Just take every line on your resume, every bullet that you see, and then just ask yourself at the end of that bullet, so what? So what? That you were the person who was, you created an SOP that your team was using. So what? How did it help your team? How did it make a difference? How did it impact the organization? You were able to streamline a process, and now this is the process that your organization is using. So what? The streamlined process, what did it actually help? What did it actually do for your company, for your organization? So this is how I want you to think about your career accomplishments so that you can start demonstrating them throughout your career journey. You're going to be using them for your resume, as I said, your LinkedIn profile, interviews, salary negotiations, networking events. This is like the foundation of your ability to articulate your value so that you can start earning more. So I have two questions that I'm seeing on the screen here. If there are any questions, go ahead and drop in the chat. Even if you're on the replay, I will answer them later. But I have a question here from Mohib on YouTube. So could you enlighten on, I've heard for freshers, most companies don't pay for potential, but proof, rare skills, results. Otherwise, I would be slotted in fresher package salary zone. So how to identify those rare skills which are needed also to get bigger salary without having to wait 4 years. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just skipping. It's long. Okay, yes, that's basically the question. So there, the person is asking. It sounds like the person is entry level. They're trying to make more money. Essentially, that's what I got from the question that they're asking. How can they position their skills so that they can make more money if even they're at the entry level? Basically, do what I just explained to you yesterday and today, being able to convey your value to demonstrate why you should be earning more. As much as you want to earn more, you have to be able to demonstrate the value that you bring. You talked about rare skills. Definitely, that is something that is quite important. If you have a specific specialization, you have a specific niche that is sought out for, that is something that companies are looking for, then yeah, that's a point that you can use to be able to negotiate more. The thing you have to think about is that the company is hiring because they have a problem. So there's a gap in their organization right now. There's a skill gap. There's somebody that's missing to be able to do certain tasks that they need done. So you need to demonstrate to them that you're the solution to the problem that they have. And the rarer your skills, as you said in your question, then the more demand, and also the more demand there is, then that's going to help you to be able to communicate and convey why you should be paid more for what you bring to the table. So yes, being able to communicate and articulate your story is ultimately how you're going to be able to earn more. I have a second question here, also on YouTube, from Al or Alex. I love your advice on uncovering strengths by reviewing past wins and feedback patterns. Thank you. I hope it helped you. Such a powerful way to market yourself. It is true. So that was from yesterday's session where I was talking about past wins and feedback patterns. If you didn't watch yesterday's session, it's on my LinkedIn profile. It's on my YouTube channel. You can go back and watch it. For some reason, TikTok doesn't want me to post replays. I don't know what's going on TikTok. It's not allowing me to post replays, but hopefully I'll figure it out at some point. But the question, do you recommend automating job applications or tailoring each one manually during a career change? Okay, good question. You know, I when it comes to a career change, we're going to talk about this as we're going through the 5-step framework, but we're going to talk about the need to be able to narrow down your employment target. You're not aiming for every job that is out there. Your job search needs to be focused. So if your job search is focused, you won't have 20 million versions of your resume like I often see people have. You will have one version of your resume that is targeted to that goal that you want. Yes, you will have to tailor it because sometimes, let's say one job for project management puts more emphasis on relationship building, whereas another one puts more emphasis on agile. So depending on that position, you may have both skills, but you may need to put more keywords, more emphasis on one skill that they're looking for versus another job is looking for another skill. So that's what tailoring your resume is, but that shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to make those changes to your resume based on the job poster. You're not rewriting a whole resume every single time you're applying for a different job because your job search is focused to a specific target. So in terms of automating job applications, I will tell you that it is quite important for you to be able to narrow down your target. Once you have a narrow target, then you are able to be more strategic in your search and you're not just sending resumes all over the place for any kind of job, which I often hear people say, I'll take any job. It's not about taking any job. Be strategic in your search and you'll realize you'll get more results than just applying everywhere and anywhere, and then you're not hearing anything back. So yes, that would be the response. And I'll get into like the details of the job application, resume, and all that in a future session later this month when I get into the 3rd step of the module of the career breakthrough framework. I am going to have a session specifically on resume. I'll have a session specifically on LinkedIn and job application. So that is definitely coming. All right, everyone, we are done for today. It was lovely seeing you all. Thanks everyone for joining, and I will be back tomorrow and we'll continue our conversation on how to make a career change before the end of the year. Take care, everyone. Bye.